Hi, my name's Sam Taggart, sales expert, founder of DDD Experts. And today we're gonna talk about how to start a door-to-door sales company. And a lot of people are all entrepreneurial mindsets and they're like, I wanna just start a company, and they have that itch, right? Well, it's really not that hard. And I'm gonna explain how we do that. But before I do that, I invite you to click the links below. We have a ton of sales training and tons of extra videos on how to do this. So if you don't get everything out of this video, just click the links below and subscribe today to our podcast. And check this out. So when I was 11 years old is when I first started my first door-to-door sales company. So when I say it's not that hard, I did it. And I didn't even know what an LLC was. I didn't know that I had to pay taxes or anything. I did everything under the radar because it was all cash or check. I didn't even take credit cards. I was painting the addresses on the curbs. I'd charge 15 to 20 bucks. I'd just knock on the door, say I got my stencils right now, and I'll get it done. Do you want black on white or white on black? And I gave a basic pitch, and I'd collect checks. And I started making good money. So then I was like, well, what if I got my buddies to do this with me? So I had 11 of my friends. They were all going out doing the same thing, and I'd say, bring home the cash. I'll divvy out your cut, and I keep my cut. And I had a legit business. Not for the IRS, so never tell them about it, but it was my first door-to-door business. And then what I realized is you could basically take any widget and you could go solicit it door-to-door. And I actually, to prove my point, I did a sprint where I did a channel called Will It Sell? And I was just out in North Carolina and I was trying to pitch bounce houses. So I was like, what if I could sell bounce houses door-to-door? And I actually had somebody biting to the point where I was like, I really don't have a bounce house to sell you. I don't know where to go with this anymore because I was showing them pictures of just Google. I was like, yeah, you got this red one, you got this blue one. But it then dawned on me right then and there. I was like, you could literally sell anything door to door, to the point where I did an experiment where we host big sales events where we train a bunch of sales professionals and we go out and we get no soliciting signs. I was like, no, you couldn't do this. But no, we did. We took 100 salespeople. We gave them a bunch of no soliciting signs, and they went out and we made about 900 bucks in a matter of an hour and a half amongst the whole sales guys, right? So I was like, look, in an hour and a half, I made $900 profit and selling no soliciting signs door to door. So literally you could do just about anything, but I'm gonna tell you about the major key industries that seem to be the most successful and seem to make the most profits in door-to-door sales and how to get that started. First off, you've got solar, pest control, alarms, satellite, home improvement, roofing and insurance restoration, windows and sidings, doors, gutters, that kind of stuff. You have insurance, you have energy, you have water filtration and softeners, you've got all meat, you have Cutco knives, that kind of tangible products like vacuums. So you have all these kind of major industries, but in my opinion, there still is yet to be some breakthroughs of new industries to come. A lot of people ask me, what do you see over the next 10 to 15 years in door-to-door sales? I seem to be kind of the ear to the ground guy, right? And I actually think there's a lot of markets that we don't even know will be markets. Cellular is a big emerging market, like AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint. Satellite industry is kind of a dying market in my opinion, meaning who's gonna be paying 150 bucks for DirecTV when you just have Disney Plus and you've got Netflix and you've got all these other streaming services? And so, maybe there's a bundle package with ESPN you go door to door with and you make commissions that way. Like literally there's innovations happening all around us. So to start a door-to-door program, it's really simple. You form an LLC, and if you want to pay an accountant or an attorney to set that up, you can, or you can usually pay under 100 bucks in your state to just go do it. It's really simple. Google how to set up an LLC. And then you simply pick your product, and most people end up spending way too much time trying to create business cards and websites and all that stuff. I had a business where I didn't even know what the website was, and I was out selling. So you don't need to necessarily have a huge marketing brand and all this other stuff to go sell. I've sold in a normal white t-shirt, no brand, no logo, no nothing, and I've closed deals and made thousands of dollars in a polo with no company name. So you don't even need to get way into the details in my opinion, and I just go prove concept, go prove that you can go collect money, you can go collect checks, you can go deliver a product or service. And then you simply figure out the terms. Usually there's partnerships that you can create with these companies, whether it's pest control and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be a dealer of them and have somebody take over the account, or alarms. There's a lot of companies that'll be your dealer mother company, and then you just be the sales and marketing arm. Solar, that's very common. And then sometimes you might just say, what's the product? And do I have enough margin to build a pay scale and build a commission structure for leadership, overrides, and then go build your team. So go sell yourself, go build a team, and grow. You know, it's that simple. And I have a formula. It sounds so elementary. And we have a boot camp every month where we train on leadership, sales, and recruiting. And I have a formula that I teach. It's more reps times doors knocked, or more people you talk to, times closing percentage equals more money. It's plain and simple. And I think sometimes we overcomplicate the process of starting a door-to-door sales company. But if you can be good at those things, building teams, closing, and then obviously having the operations side on point, which we haven't even talked about, it's not as hard as you think. So if you want more training and how to do it, we consult companies all the time on how to run their little company or whatever. And that's something that we've prided ourselves on, is the ability to take these little guys and turn them into big guys. And we have story after story after story on that. But yeah, I would say just go for it. A lot of times, like, people just get nervous because they, you know, their manager or whatever tells them, like, you'd never be a good CEO. I'm like, no, you never know until you try, right? But we have a ton of training on how to sell, how to recruit, how to do those things. Just click the links below and we'd be happy to help give you a bunch of free content. So we're here to help. My name's Sam Taggart. Hope you enjoyed this.